decision in the history of decisions.
% on our first month.
Air ball, as PJ said, reminded them of last year's Lakers. Next time we're together for the NBA on ESPN Radio, Saturday, December 10th, we have the Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. By the way, Kesty PJ, I saw this from former Warriors assistant Mike Brown. He's now the coach of the Kings. He kept the media after practice today because he had a media walkthrough. Kesty, would you want to do that? The answer is yes, because I'm in. PJ, would you ever do that as a coach?
A media walkthrough. I hope that was a rhetorical question. Do you think I would spend any time before I was relegated to this position with the media after practice? No way. However many seconds I had to give to the media, that was it. K-Dub.
I think Darvin Ham enjoyed his time with us today, but you could tell, like, when you're an assistant coach for a decade, and then you got to do all that media stuff. Here's Anthony Davis tied up in the lane. 3 Warriors defenders surrounded him in the gold-painted lane area and tied up Anthony Davis.
LeBron's having a conversation with Rodney Mott, and he's not asking him to look at the Giants scoreboard this time. He's telling him he disagreed with that call.
Lakers got to start taking care of the ball a little bit here. You pointed out during the break.
Look at that. Tony asked Darvin to keep one of his players down on the end of the bench. You'll never guess who that was. Mr. Patrick Beverley.
Yep. It's one of the new rules this year as well. No standing down there. Off the tap ball, Lakers keep it. Quick pass down low to Davis for the bucket.
Telling you what, when those two guys post up, Kesty, there's really not much you can do. Those two guys being LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
78-64, Warriors lead.
Here's shoot that, Draymond.
Yeah, he tried to float it up for Looney, never got there. Lakers on the other end. LeBron James on the angle right against Curry. Bounces right into Curry's chest, passes out to the wing Reeves. Austin's 3 is up. Another Laker miss from distance, rebounded by Golden State.
LeBron's got to shoot that one too. He had a layup and he kicked it out to Austin Reeves.
Jordan Poole back on the floor at double-digit scoring in the first half from the right wing. Using the Draymond screen, floats the 3. Shot's not there. LeBron has the rebound. James into the front court with 6 minutes to go, halfway through the third quarter, trailing this one 78-64, and another Laker turnover. That's number 15 against the Los Angeles Lakers tonight here on opening night.
4 in the last 2 minutes plus. They started out the half actually all right, and now they've gotten really careless with the ball. LeBron's a little frustrated. And I was talking to Tony Brothers. He said the reason the pass didn't get to AD was he was fouled on the pass.
Jordan Poole has it. Kevon Looney on top. JaMychal Green now in the game for the Warriors on the left wing. They go into the mid-post to Wiggins. Pass out to Green. JaMychal's 3 is good. His second as a Golden State Warrior.
Hey, what? JaMychal's got a leg up on becoming very popular with the crowd here in the Chase Center.
Anthony Davis lost his balance as Kevon Looney kind of pulled the chair away that time defensively. Down on the other end, Curry from the right for 3. It's good! And the Warriors have built a 20-point lead midway through this third quarter opening night on ring night in San Francisco.
Darvin Ham's doing a really good job calling timeouts. The problem is he doesn't have enough to slow them down. He's needed them way too much now. Anthony Davis is also frustrated. He tried to turn the corner. I thought he lost his footing. I thought he actually slipped on the floor. But he ended up on the floor, a turnover. And here goes Golden State down, and as only Steph can do. Steph Curry was open when the transition play began in the paint. But while they were coming up the floor, he ran out to the corner to get the open 3, knowing that's one more point. Looked like that's that little game where you get the rebound and you get more points when you shoot it out there.
That's right.
It's exactly what he did.
Well, he is the best at relocating, catching on the fly, squaring and hitting. And 14-2 is the run right now for the Warriors.
Moving without the ball. Very few, if anybody in this league, does it better. And it's when you play Golden State, you often feel like I don't know whether it was a riddle or whatever it was, the little Dutch kid that he didn't have enough fingers.
That's right.
It kept leaking different places.
Yep.
He ran out of fingers trying to stop him. When they get going in transition, there's nothing you can do because they're good enough in the half court, but they're unstoppable in transition. And you combine that with turnovers, which is what the Lakers all of a sudden have started doing again, you have no chance to defend this team.
Yeah, that's what's going to make this team so tough when they're healthy coming off their championship. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo with you. John Medani, our producer. Rick Cutler, our engineer. Kevin Winter back in the studio. As Kevin pointed out, our next NBA on ESPN radio game will be coming up December 10th. We'll be right back here at Chase Center for the first of two meetings this year between the NBA finalists from a year ago. The Celtics will be in town to take on the Warriors. Boston opening its season tonight, 126-117 over Philly, as Tatum and Brown went for 35 each in an impressive win over the 76ers. Most of the league gets underway tomorrow. 11 games, including 2 on ESPN television. Knicks at Memphis, Dallas, and Phoenix. Little rematch for that second round series.
Very nice double. What did we do, like 6 of those 7 games, I believe?
I believe we did. And 7th game, I don't think no one's going to talk about, especially not in Phoenix. Here's Anthony Davis as we get back to live play. Pumps it outside to Beverly, who misses another 3 out of the timeout. He's 0 for 4 tonight, all from three-point land. 20-point lead for the Warriors, 84-64. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Here on opening night, Curry dribbles, now triggers a 3 right over Matt Ryan and rainbows it in.
Oh, we mentioned at halftime that the Splash Brothers had not made any threes. They've changed that in the second half.
Last 3 buckets are all threes, and 2 from Steph Curry, who was 0 for 5 from distance in the first half. Matt Ryan had it poked away, or rather Austin Reeves did. Now Ryan has it, fading, contested 3, fouled by Curry, who's frustrated with himself.
It's one of the points of emphasis. We didn't talk to Steve about it, but I read his quotes after 2, I think, of the 5 games. He said, we fouled too many shooters. That was a problem for us last year. We've got to address that. That's at least the second time tonight. I think Andrew Wiggins might have done it in the first half, right at the end, or at some point in the half. You can't foul shooters, particularly shooting three-point shots, and put a little asterisk on top of that on a night when Los Angeles is having trouble throwing the ball in the Pacific Ocean from three-point line.
5 for 28 from three-point land. You're really splitting hairs, though, right, when you're trying to figure out where are the areas that need to be improved, the fouling of the shooters and obviously the turnover game.
To me, that's the 2 biggest. I don't think there's any question about that.
The pace at which they play lends toward those turnovers.
It's
I
true.
guess they're checking to see if this is 2 free throws or 3 free throws. As they check back at the replay center, they've got all the different views. If it's Matt Ryan, you just put up the 3 fingers. Right?
Exactly.
He's usually
It's good
inside.
because they're like the referees are still on the court. They're just waiting for the word to come.
Matt Ryan, who
Pat Frere
earned the last roster spot for the Los Angeles Lakers out of camp, shot 37% from 3 in the preseason, including right here, 6 of 9. That might have won him that last spot, was that preseason, the only Laker preseason win here.
Yeah, he played very, very well. I'll tell you, he's got a beautiful stroke. You know who else has a beautiful stroke that we're not getting the chance to see today? Mr. PBJ, for our listeners who aren't aware yet. Patrick Baldwin Jr. out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, a rookie who has made the Warriors roster, but is hurt tonight. What they have him stepping out of bounds?
Yeah. Things are going so poorly for the Lakers. When they went to review to see 2 or 3, they actually saw the left foot, the heel, was on the sideline, and it was a turnover. Here's Poole on the crossover of Ryan. High off the glass, no, but tipped in by Looney.
Kevon Looney was a little quiet in the first half. I think we're used to seeing him do that a little bit more, active on the glass. Double dribble.
25, and there it is, double dribble against Pat Beverly. You saw it, Steph Curry saw it, and eventually Tony Brothers saw it.
There's still time left, and you know he's going to continue to play hard, but so far this has been a very forgettable debut for Patrick Beverly with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, well, they had it down to 7, the deficit at half. 23-4 run here in the third quarter. It's a 25-point lead as Wiggins misses from outside. Anthony Davis has the Laker rebound. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Pat Beverly front court. Now to Davis. Cuts down the lane. Little Euro step. Fires a short jumper. Missed. Rebounded by Looney. Up ahead to Curry. Tried to pull the trigger on a logo 3. Got deflected by Beverly. Lakers turn it over, though. It ends up in the hands of Curry, who misses a 3. Tapped out by JaMychal Green to Curry. Drives through the lane to Poole. He'll shoot the triple. No. Rebounded by Ryan of Los Angeles.
Gotten a little loose now with their execution. The Warriors, I think Steve Kerr would like to see him tighten it up a little bit more. They're kind of just firing him at will now.
A little freewheeling at the moment.
Yeah.
Pat Beverly thought about a three, gave it up to Davis, who tried to hit the rolling Beverly, got it tapped away, right back to Beverly. Looks at the shot clock, it's at 4. Steps back, tried to lean into the contact, and got the whistle call from JaMychal Green as the shot clock was about to expire.
Steve Kerr's motioning, trying to get Rodney Mott's attention. He's got both hands up in the air saying, like, what'd he do? He never left his feet. What's the call? Look at Steve. Steve's still upset.
That was a veteran move by Patrick Beverly. Late in the clock. Foul's going to go against JaMychal Green. That'll be his first. 3:10 to go in the third. Jonathan Kuminga. Ryan, late clock three. Rolls out, no good.
This is
Has entered the Golden State lineup. Jonathan Wiseman as well. James Wiseman, rather. Inbound to LeBron James. Baseline right against Kuminga. Takes him off the bounce. Tries to get a pass into JTA. Works it outside to Ryan. Late clock three. Rolls out. No good.
This is when the young guys came on board in the first half. It's when Golden State lost a little bit of their lead.
Keep an eye on it here as Kuminga drives down the lane. Turns. Shot up over JTA. Missed. Rebounded by LeBron.
Good help defense by LeBron on that play.
Down 25 of the Lakers. James against Kuminga, the second-year man, and an all-offensive foul as he was looking to make his move toward the bucket. Kuminga stood his ground, and James went right into him. It was a bang-bang call.
Darvin's going to contest this, I believe. The reason he is LeBron's upset and made the call. He's doing this just to support his Hall of Fame player.
Well, there was contact on that first hop step, and then Kuminga was going the other way as he was bounced.
Tony said Tony made the motion, Tony Brothers, the official, that he wiped him out with his arm. I didn't see that. Oh, there it is right there. We're watching the replay again.
On the first move.
Kuminga did a really good job staying in front of him. I don't know whether they overturned this one or not.
Well, right now it is a foul against James. I got him for 3, but they're reviewing the play. The green lights are blinking with 2:38 to go in the third.
Gets his timeout back, am I correct, if he wins this? Because otherwise, Darvin Ham has very few timeouts.
Yeah, that's right. He will keep the timeout.
He's been using
He's down to 1. 2:38 to go here in the third quarter. 89-64. 2:38 to go. You know, it's Darvin Ham's first game as a head coach. But the bigger thing is, you know, he's got a system that he's bringing that's completely different than what Frank Vogel did the last 3 years. And with the preseason being what it is now, the shortness of it, the lack of preseason games, the injuries they've had, he even told us it's going to take a while until they figure this out.
Oh, there's no question. First of all, they got to figure out their rotation, which is going to be, they need some people to step up. Lonnie Walker has struggled so far tonight. I think that's someone who played well in the preseason. They really thought he was going to, be someone they could count on, and may very well be. But it's going to take Darvin Ham weeks, if not longer, before they settle on how they're going to play and what the rotation is going to be like. Really, one of the most difficult things as an NBA head coach is figuring out your rotation, because the players want to know from game to game. I mean, you don't have to do it religiously, but like, who's going to start? When am I going to come into the game? What's the rotation going to be like? They don't like to be surprised and have it be haphazard, and it's going to take a while for Darvin Ham to settle on the rotation that he wants.
And this is all going to happen while the very difficult West gets its season underway. The Warriors are going to be there. Memphis, you would think, is going to at least be as good as they were, if not take the next step. Denver's gotten healthy.
Well, there's no such thing as good games, but I mean, the Lakers start out, obviously, they're home Thursday with the Clippers, who, are finally healthy themselves.
Right.
And they're co-tenants in the building. Then Sunday they got Portland coming in, at Denver Wednesday, at Minnesota Friday. I mean, it really doesn't matter where you are, whether it's home or away. You got your hands full. Now, the good news is Tony Brothers getting ready to tell us what's going on. The good news is with these three, this trio, if they're healthy, LeBron, AD, and Russell, on any given night, they're capable of beating anybody. But if they're healthy is the first problem, and they certainly need a lot more help than they've got so far tonight.
Yeah, the Big Three has 50 of the Lakers' 64 points tonight.
That's way too one-sided.
Yep. So the foul on the floor was LeBron James, offensive foul. And now Tony Brothers.
Laker challenge is successful. There is no offensive foul.
Wow.
I'm surprised at that. I thought he let in with that shoulder or forearm, but they saw enough. Or maybe they had deemed that Kuminga was moving too. I thought he was moving after the contact.
Right, but he was more. If you're moving